He's right. But surely it's no big deal. I mean, if all the other Kwamis are able to meet up, then it's still gonna happen, right?
Miraculous Ladybug is a story about unlikely heroes who come together to face insurmountable odds while making lifelong friendships, learning life lessons, and finding love. Most of the episodes end with a heartfelt narrative, leaving the audience on a high note as they eagerly await the next part of the story, where Ladybug and Cat Noir will continue the intricate dance of balancing their personal lives with their responsibilities as superheroes. Maintaining that delicate balance is where some truth in the narrative comes to light, as there's some somberness to owning a miraculous. Goodbyes are always bittersweet, and there are several instances throughout the series where wielders must part with their Kwami partners. But fortunately, there's always the potential for reunions. In today's video, I'll recount these separations and how the Kwamis might cross paths with their former wielders in the future.
You're going to wish you never wore that utterly ridiculous costume.
Number 1. Chloe. Very few wielders inherit their miraculous by accident, but Chloe is one of those lucky few. Marinette never intended for Chloe to become the wielder of the Bee Miraculous, but after losing it in the second season, the hairpin found itself within Chloe's care, who subsequently met Pollen and learned her transformation phrase, becoming Queen Bee. Queen's brief stint as a hero is riddled with questionable behavior and criticism from her teammates. During her debut as Queen Bee, she used her power to nearly cause a train crash because she wanted people to see her save them. She also revealed her identity to the world so everyone, including Hawkmoth, knew she used the Bee Miraculous. While most of the audience can recognize Chloe's behavior stemmed from her desire for her mother's approval, Ladybug viewed her as a liability. Throughout the following episodes, she calls on Queen Bee out of necessity when she needs heroes who know how to wield their miraculous and don't have time to train someone new. She decides to bench Chloe forever in the third season, permanently removing her from the hero team. When Chloe realizes she will never wield the Bee Miraculous again, she willingly sides with Hawkmoth and turns against her former allies. Chloe never forgives Ladybug for abandoning her and genuinely believes she's the rightful wielder of the Bee Miraculous. Despite this, her half-sister Zoe is now the permanent wielder of the Bee Miraculous. Chloe doesn't know her sister has taken her spot among the heroes, but she could easily find out. While she lives in London with her mother, nothing stops Chloe from returning to Paris to visit her father, Andre, who raised her. Chloe is more perceptive than she lets on, and while staying at the Grand Hotel, she may notice Zoe sneaking around and speaking to someone with a familiar voice. If Chloe catches wind of Pollen in the hotel, she might do anything to swipe her old miraculous and reunite with her former Kwami for one last shot at being Queen Bee. Number 2. Natalie. Despite knowing the dangers of the Peacock Miraculous, Natalie didn't hesitate to wield it in the second season, especially when it meant saving Gabriel from the heroes. As the oldest friend of Gabriel and Emily alike, Natalie knew about the Miraculouses and their magical powers. She also witnessed Emily's illness progressing after using the Peacock Miraculous to create Adrian, so she knew what she was signing up for when she became Mayura. Her dedication to Gabriel remained unwavering in the earliest seasons, and even Dusu called out their relationship for its romantic undertones. It seemed like Natalie had fallen in love with Gabriel and would do anything to see him happy, even if that required reuniting him with his late wife. Fortunately, no love was lost between Natalie and Emily, who were close before her passing. Natalie promised to protect Adrian and kept good on her word, even when it required turning against Gabriel and their blossoming relationship. As for her career as Mayura, Gabriel ultimately confiscated the Peacock Miraculous when Natalie's health worsened. When he later repaired it, he used it alongside the Butterfly Miraculous to become Shadow Moth, barring Natalie from reuniting with Dusu, who genuinely cared for her. Fortunately, Gabriel's meddling didn't have to end Natalie and Dusu's friendship, as the Peacock Miraculous now belongs to Felix. Felix and Natalie are in league with Ladybug and know all of her secrets. They know her identity, that Gabriel was Monarch, and that Adrian is a centibeing. There's no reason for Natalie to hide her former career as Mayura from Felix, and she can even offer him advice about using the Miraculous. This may also mean that should Felix be unavailable, he has someone trustworthy to leave his Miraculous with.
I am Mayura. You're up against the wall, plagued by your deepest, darkest despair. Let me help you.
Number 3. Zoe. Although she currently wields the Bee Miraculous, Zoe briefly wielded another Miraculous, intending to keep it full-time. After Adrian and Marinette made their feelings for one another known, their Kwamis took it upon themselves to renounce their Miraculouses and find new wielders. Believing that Adrian and Marinette deserved a chance at happiness, Tiki ultimately chose Alia, who later became Marinette's successor and guardian in training. But Plague chose Zoe, who boldly spoke her mind and stood up for her friends. With Plague, she became the hero known as Kitty Noir, effortlessly falling in line with Scarabella to protect Paris against akumatized villains. She had the same confidence and charisma as Cat Noir, ensuring the public had someone to ease their troubled minds when the going got tough. Zoe already proved she had what it took to be a fantastic hero as Vesperia, and she had the bonus of a level head on her shoulders, which ensured she would never misuse a cataclysm and harm an innocent. Unfortunately, neither she nor Scarabella foresaw Monarch using the Alliance Rings to track their movements and hunt them down, ultimately leading to the loss of the Ladybug and Cat Miraculouses. With their identities jeopardized, they were forced to part ways with their new Miraculouses, returning to their former lives as everyday teens. As of the 6th season, Zoe now has the Bee Miraculous and continues working as Vesperia. But with so much on Adrian's plate, I wouldn't be surprised if Plague offered him a break and showed up on Zoe's doorstep, asking for Kitty Noir's help.
Holland, buzz on!
Number 4. Master Fu. Despite it going against the rules of the former Guardians, Master Fu had no choice but to claim one of the Miraculouses as his own when protecting the Miracle Box from danger. We can tell his intentions were true from the Miraculous he chose to wield for a century, as the Turtle Miraculous allows its wielder to create protective barriers around people and objects. Fu never cared about his safety and spent 100 years fleeing from place to place with Waze by his side. For most of that time, he and his Kwami were the last lines of defense between the Miracle Box and greater evils like Hawkmoth. Fu and Waze protected the Miracle Box until the very end, as Fu transformed into Jade Turtle to put a barrier between the Miraculouses and the villains, preventing the magical jewels from being stolen. As his shield began to crack, he sacrificed his memories and livelihood by renouncing his guardianship and giving it to Ladybug instead. When a guardian renounces their guardianship, they experience amnesia, forgetting the years of their life that had anything to do with the Miraculouses and their power. Fu's amnesia also meant he forgot about Waze and the Turtle Miraculous. While Waze grieves the loss of his century-long partner, he has the opportunity to see Fu when he visits Paris with his wife. Fu might not remember what a Miraculous is or that he used to be a guardian, but if Nino ever finds himself in trouble, Waze might race to the one person in the world that he trusts more than Ladybug.
Marinette, but you're not supposed to come to Master Fu's place.
Let her talk, Waze.
Number 5. Gabriel. Most of the Wielder and Kwami duos we see are positive. The heroes form friendships with their Kwamis and take proper care of their Miraculouses, treating them as objects worthy of respect. As someone with a one-track mind determined to save the love of his life, Gabriel didn't waste time forming friendships or attempting to sway Nuru to his side. Instead, he treated his Kwami like a tool, one that could help him achieve his ultimate goal. He often forced his Kwami into transformations against his will, prevented him from reaching out to the other Kwamis, and required him to be a presence that was seen and not heard. If Gabriel had not been blinded by his desires, he might have treated Nuru with more decency, allowing them to have a relationship similar to their alternate selves from Miraculous World Paris. It would make a reunion between the pair less jarring, as Nuru likely wants to avoid crossing paths with Gabriel in the future. You might wonder how the series could show Gabriel regaining his Miraculous if he died last season, and I have 2 answers. The first is one of the powers that all Miraculous wielders have access to: reunion. The reunion ability allows any wielder with a Kwagatama to connect with the memories of their predecessors, who interact with the current wielder like ghosts, answering their questions while unable to interact with the physical world. Should Lila acquire Nuru's Kwagatama, they could reconnect with Gabriel at any time. Secondly, there's also the potential of a flashback episode, which may show a much younger Gabriel, Emily, and Natalie as they explore Tibet's mountainside. The episode could be told from Natalie's perspective or a letter left behind to Adrian from his parents. But it could tell the story of Gabriel wielding the Butterfly Miraculous for the first time.
Master, it's my birthday today. I thought...
You obviously haven't grasped the rules, Nuru. We're going to have to make them even simpler.
In a series like Miraculous Ladybug, I believe it's fair to say that anything is possible. We've witnessed characters previously written out of the series make triumphant returns for an episode or 2, be it as an akumatized villain or to inspire one of the Miraculars down a better path. As long as the story continues in the modern timeline, nothing prevents the Kwamis from crossing paths with their previous wielders, or allowing them to use their Miraculouses one final time, for better or worse.
The Ladybug and the Black Cat from one of the billions of parallel universes in existence, and those 2 are not very nice versions.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
We're heading straight for disaster. I knew it. I told you.
Shh, be quiet, Mark. You're gonna jinx everything.